Hey y'all, this is the Crisscross Knotless Soft Locs, and here I am showing you how I part off the front. You want it far back enough that they'll be flat. If you don't part it back far enough, it'll look like a hump. So make sure you go from behind the ear to the other side. And here is just a look at my braid down. I didn't feel the need to record this part because, it's self-explanatory. But as you can see, I do about 7 rows, and I was just going through to show you all each row and how many are in it. Altogether, I only put 39 soft locks in the back of her head. Alrighty, so just like in my other videos, the soft lock process is the same, but I'm still going to do a couple of them for the sake of the video, just in case anyone hasn't seen the old video. So I take the soft lock and I loosen it, and I normally go down the entire row just so I don't have to keep picking up my crochet needle. But I loosen the soft lock and then I crochet it at the base of the braid, not at the root, at the base. So it's probably about not even a half an inch down from the root of your hair. I take it, and here's a close-up. I crochet it at the base. I grab your hair, pull it through that loop, and that's it. And then I'm going to take the wrap hair and I crochet the wrap hair through the root. So the soft lock through the braid and the wrap hair through the root. And once I do that, I make it uneven. So you'll see when I crochet the hair in, I'm not going to pull it evenly through. I'm going to have a short piece and a long piece. And I always wrap with the short piece first. And then once I run out of that leg, I grab the second, the long piece, and continue to wrap with that. It's really self-explanatory. Like I said, it was in my other videos, but I'm going to show you again just in case this is anyone's first time watching me do soft locks. The only difference is this time I'm doing crisscross in the front. So here I'm showing you how I keep it uneven. Then I take the hair and I wrap it downward, not on top of each other. As I told y'all before, when you do it tightly on top versus doing it at a downward angle, the soft lock will be tighter, it'll be stiff, it will hurt your client's head when they pull it up. So always do it at an angle when you're wrapping down. And now here I'm just wrapping down the lock. I do it tightly at the root, and then after I get past about after I run out of that short leg, when I do the long leg, I'm wrapping distressly, not close together. The closer you wrap together, the harder the lock will be. So keep that in mind. And then once I get to the bottom, as you saw, I have about a half an inch of hair left. I wrap back up and that seals it because I do not use hair glue. So again, I'm going to show you, here's the short piece. I'm going to take that short piece, I'm going to wrap it. And then once I run out of hair, I'm going to grab the long piece. So this part I'm doing kind of tight and close together. And then once I run out of that leg, I'm going to grab the long leg, and that's when I kind of loosen my grip, and I'm not doing it so tight and close together. I do it distressly as I go down. So watch what I do. I grab it, and then I'm just going down the lock, not close together, not overthinking it, because the more you overthink it, the more you'll mess up. Just let it flow. Just wrap. And then once you get to the bottom, you take that piece and you wrap back up the lock to seal it. We don't use glue. I hate glue. I do a palm roll. That's me checking it so you all can see that the lock is good and secured. Now, one thing that happens sometimes when I'm doing these locks is just a little piece at the bottom that's like a demarcation between where I stop wrapping and where the soft locks stop. So I'm going to show y'all how to get rid of that as well. But here I'm just showing you how I wrap going downwardly, not on top of each other. And then, you know, you see I'm wrapping tight and close together so it looks more uniformed at the root. And then once I get that done, I'm going to let the run out of that short piece. I'm going to grab the long piece and just go down just like I did with the other locks. I know this isn't a hard part to grasp, but some people need a little more teaching than others. So this is why I show you more than once, just for those people who need a little more to learn. So again, you take it and you wrap it back up, and that's what seals it. Okay. And then I'm going to show you, this is what I was talking about, that little piece. I'm going to cut it. You see that? It's like a little fluffy piece. And you cut those off to make the locks look uniformed. And that's it. The back is done. And we're going to go ahead and start the crisscross. So here is a close-up of the crisscross. There are 6 crisscrosses, but there are 12 rows. So you're going to part the hair down the middle, and then you're going to part 3 even sections. And you're going to, those 3 sections are going to be split in half. So this is one section, and I'm showing you how I part that section down the middle. Okay? So you have 3 sections on each side of your head. And then those 3 sections are going to be parted in half. And that's what's going to make each crisscross braid or cornrow or whatever you want to call this thing. But, okay, so see I parted this section down the middle. And then once you part it down the middle, you're going to part it. I think in this, the first crisscross I did, I only did 2 rubber bands going back. The second one, I'm going to do 3. And I think the third one I did 4, because you don't want the rubber band pieces to be too big. You want it to look aesthetically pleasing. You want it to make sense, okay? So you don't have to try to put 3 in each row. Some rows go back a little longer, so you do 4, or some go a little shorter, you do 2. So see, I parted it in 3. And then you always put a rubber band at the front first. Do not start in the middle or the back. You do the first square. You put that in a rubber band, and then you're going to cross it over to the second square on the other row. So here you can just watch me do it. You rubber band this very securely. And then after you rubber band it, a very important step that I don't want you all to forget is to take the jam or whatever you're using to slick your client's hair and put it on the client's leave out. So after that, we slick her root down, but now you're going to take it and you're going to rub it down the client's hair. So when I pull it in that other rubber band, it will look very neat. So you're going to I'm just using some jam to gel this part up, self-explanatory. But when you do your parts, your squares, you're going to let those line up with the other row that you're connecting it with. Now, when you do the next section, you don't have to worry about things lining up. This is just for each crisscross, they need to line up. So I'm lining it up with the ones I just did, okay? I hope this is making sense to you all. But you want it to line up in each section. So I told y'all it's 3 sections on each side. So this is a section that I'm doing. This section is split into half, and those 2 halves need to line up with each other. So I'm taking it, you see I went down the line and I followed it to the one below it. Okay? So you're going to take that first rubber band and you're going to cross it over to the middle square on the other part of the section. So see what I'm doing? Boom. Cross them over. And you need to make sure that it lays flat before you put it in a rubber band. Don't just do it all ugly. Like, make sure it's neat when you wrap it in there. Okay? And then once you do this, again, put your shine and jam or whatever you're using down the client's hair so that it can be neat as well. Okay? And then once you do that, you're going to connect that second box to the third box on the first row. Okay? So you're going to take it and you're going to put the shine and jam down the shaft of the client's hair, and you're going to neatly lay it with the last square, the third square, or however much you've done, and cross it back over. So it goes up, down, and if you had another one, it will go up again, just in a zigzag. You're going to connect them in a zigzag. Okay? And that's that. Very simple. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to take that top first box, put it in a rubber band, go down the shaft with your shine and jam or whatever you're using, cross it over to all the boxes that are still left. Self-explanatory, okay? And FYI, don't come for my client's edges. She has very full edges. This is how it looks when you're natural and we leave it out. But as y'all saw in the beginning, they were laid by the time we got done. But they always look crazy like this when you know, you're first doing it and you're separated from your hair. And she's natural, so. But yeah, my boo got edges. Anywho, so I'm rubber banding it. Then you're going to take the shine and jam and you're going to go down the shaft of the client's hair and slick it. And you're going to make sure that it's flat and sleek when you add it into the next box, okay? That is important. You don't want the client's hair to be fuzzy and it to be twisted or anything. You want it to be flat and neat, okay? So again, you're going to connect that first box to the second box in the other row, that empty with that loose space. And you're going to go down, then you're going to go back up in the last row. And that's that. And again, I am going to show another example after this, okay? I know some people have gotten it already. They don't need all this stuff. You can skip ahead to see how I connect the soft lock to this part. But this is for those other people who need more. When I was learning how to braid and do locks, I wanted to know every single step, okay? No matter how insignificant other people may think it seems. So I'm here for y'all, okay? I'm gonna show y'all every step. And if you don't need it, fast forward. So again, making sure that it's flat and neat before I connect it to the rubber band. Now I'm going to braid the client's hair that's hanging from the last rubber band down. Okay, you're gonna put those in 2 braids. And once you braid these 2, I'm going to take the soft lock, just like I do with my regular soft locks, and add it on the shaft of the braid. And then crochet the hair closer to the rubber band, the wrap hair, and then wrap down. So I'm going to show you all really fast how I
You should have asked
how I do that.
Now you stuck.
So this is me just wrapping it down.
Oh, for the phone.
Nothing major.
Yeah, it's okay. But you stuck right
Very
now.
self-explanatory.
Okay? Ain't gonna take me long.
And then I'm going to braid the
No,
next
walk over
one.
there on that side. You can walk by TJ over
Oh, and
here
I
and
told
don't
y'all
walk
she had
back out.
39 in the back of her hair, 39 soft locks, but of course you're going to need 2, 4, 6, 12 more for the front.
Oh,
So here I'm just braiding it
okay.
down.
TJ birthday.
And now I'm going to take the soft lock and crochet it onto the base of her hair, onto the client's braid. Okay? Pull it through just how I did the back.
Oh, okay.
No, not your
Same
sister.
thing with the
Oh,
other
I'm
one.
just
Crochet
telling
it
them,
through. And then I'm going to take the wrap hair and I'm going to crochet that hair closer to the rubber band. Now when I did her hair, I did not worry about covering the rubber band. However, you can, as I did it, I was like, I think I would have liked it better if I did cover the rubber band. Nevertheless, it wasn't important. I was thinking I shouldn't when I did it, and then I would look back, I was like, I probably should. Anyway, you do it the same way. Take that shorter piece, wrap tightly, and then once you run out of that short piece, you're gonna grab that long piece and wrap distressfully down her lock, and that's it, y'all. So freaking simple. Such a cute, quick hairstyle. And the good thing about these is when you get tired of them, you could take out the front and do soft locks again, or you could just go get your front done over and it won't even take long. So I love this hairstyle so much. I saw this going around on Instagram. It was like, I want to try it, but they were doing it with Knotless. And then I saw this girl, I think her name is Kyra Mack, on Instagram, do these with soft locks, and I was like, I gotta try it. So that's that, y'all. You see? Okay, now we're gonna do another one, and remember to cut that fuzz off. You want it to look uniformed. So if after you do your wrap, hair is looking a little bulgy, just cut that piece off. The lock won't slip or anything. It's fine. It's just a little fuzz. Okay? So that's what I'm doing here. And now I'm going to do the next one the exact same way. Take the wrap hair, crochet it closer to the rubber band, have the hair uneven, and you're going to take the short piece, wrap tightly, and then once you run out of that leg, you're going to grab the long piece and wrap distressfully. Very, very, very simple. Okay? And y'all could just watch me do this. Tight, when you're doing that first piece, okay? And then as I get down and I'm running out of that short piece, I'm going to grab the long one, loosen up my grip, and do it distressfully as I go down the shaft of her lock. Very, very simple, y'all. Okay? I hope I'm not going too fast and y'all are learning and getting it, but don't hesitate to post any questions that you might have, because I don't mind answering any of them at all. And you go back up to seal it with the hair. I normally have like 1 inch or 2 of hair left that I'm sealing with. Now here it is. This is the third section. Like I said, you're going to have 3 sections on each side of the client's head. Once you part down the middle, you're going to make 3 equal size sections, and then those sections are going to be split in half to make a crisscross. Okay? And I'm just going to show you all again. You go down the middle. I always clean it up very neatly because keep in mind, these are rubber bands, not cornrows. So you want to do these very neat and tight and sleek. It's the kind of hairstyle that you will notice discrepancies and any inconsistencies. So you want to take your time, okay? And now, like I said, the first one I did, the first crisscross, it was only 2 boxes going back. The second crisscross, it was 3, and this one is going to be 4. So I'm going to show you how I part those down. And then see, I was thinking about doing 3, but I was like, no, that's not gonna look right. It's too big. The boxes would be too big. So then I changed it to 4. Some things are just, you just gotta think about it, just common sense. It don't even be as hard as we make it out to be. And then once I do those, I'm gonna, put my shine and jam on my little boxes to make sure they're very neat. And then I'm gonna, when I grab that other row, I'm gonna make it line up with these parts that I've already made, okay? And remember, always, always start your rubber band at the beginning, not the end, not the middle. It will, because if you do that, you're going to have to do double rubber bands. And I mean, if you want to do that, go for it. But I think the rubber bands will end up looking bulky if you do it that way. So there, I'm just letting them line up with the, the row below it, like how it should be. And then you're going to take the rubber band, do the one at the beginning of the crisscross. Rubber band that, and then you're going to put your shine and jam or your whatever you're using to sleek the client's real hair, the shaft of the hair after you put it in a rubber band, and you're going to cross it to the one, which one did I start at? Because I don't want to say below or up. Okay, so I started at this one, so I'm going to put a rubber band on it, and then I'm going to go down. You're going in a zigzag, okay? I rubber band this. Excuse my baby in the back. He is having the time of his life. But anyway, you rubber band this. And I always pull it, like split the hair in half and pull it to make sure it's in there pretty tight. You don't want to give your client a headache though. I'm not wrapping it too tight where it would be uncomfortable. And then you're going to connect it with the second box below it. Just going in a zigzag, going up and down. You're connecting them up and down. And you're making sure it's neat and flat before you put it in another rubber band. That is very, very important. Make sure it's neat and flat, and make sure you slick your client's hair with the shine and jam or whatever you're using. Very, very important step. Okay. And now you're going to take that one and you're going to cross it up with the third block. And then once you finish that one, you're going to cross it down with the fourth one. And then you're going to just, when you do the next one, you're just going to go into the boxes that are empty. That part is very, very self-explanatory. Because all you have left is empty pieces that need to be filled. I'm so tired, y'all. Excuse me for yawning. But that's it, y'all. It's very simple. And I was trying to think of a price for these because I don't think they should be the same price as your Soft Locs, but I have to see how well they hold up especially because she's a high school student. So I definitely want to see how they hold up in her hair. So you all know like a good price point to charge your clients for this. But anyway, you take it, you put the shine and jam on the shaft of the client's hair, and now you're going down and connecting it to that fourth block. Very, very simple. One of the easiest hairstyles I ever did, to be honest. I don't know what amazing girl even came up with the idea of doing crisscross in the front, but they're so cute. So cute. I tell y'all right now, we are killing the game with creativity and the hairstyles that I'm seeing. I be so inspired. Y'all look at him trying to sneak in because he knew I was recording my YouTube video. And that's my niece in the back, and they were, oh Lord. But anyway, so now I'm sleeking it all up, making sure they look really nice and polished, because like I said, it is important that these are very sleek. This kind of style, you would definitely notice the imperfections, and it would kind of make or break the hairstyle. So make sure you take those into consideration. Don't just go rubber banding. Like, slick that client hair up, slick her real hair down that has to connect into the next rubber band. Like, those steps are important. It be the details, baby. Just the simple details that will set the same hairstyle you do apart from the next person, okay? And make sure it's flat before you put it in that next rubber band, okay, that next box. So I took the first one, put it to the second box of the other row. Then I'm going to take it down to the third box of the next row. And y'all already know the drill. That's it. And like I said, if y'all already got it, definitely fast forward. But really, that's it. At the end of the video, I'm just showing y'all the final look and the way I styled it and stuff. So if you got it, definitely try it. And if you do, make sure to tag me. I would love to see y'all recreation of this hairstyle. And once again, we're going to go ahead and braid her hair down after we add crochet the soft lock through and wrap. Period. So I'm going to go ahead and stop talking for a minute so y'all could go ahead and watch. And like I said, if I missed anything, definitely don't hesitate to comment below. Okay? So all together, she had 39 plus 12, 51 soft locks in her entire head. 39 in the back, and I had to use 12 for the front. So that's about 3 packs of soft lock hair and 1 pack of the wrap hair. And I didn't even use a whole pack of the wrap hair. But you already know it's the Criss pre-fluffed hair that I use to wrap with my soft locks. But it'll be at the beginning of the video. I'll have a list of the supplies that I use. And the jam I'm using is it's called Lock In, and it's like $20. It's in a big white, burgundy, and black jar, and it's 20 bucks. Honestly, you don't need anything that holds, because that stuff It's like for tight hole. I think it's good for like stitch braids or the braids on like the edge of your hair to like slick them good. But regular shine and jam would have worked just fine for this hairstyle. Honestly, I would have preferred it, but this is what I had, so this will be used. Okay, again, comment below if you have any questions.
I'm going.
Okay, y'all, so this is the final look. Look how pretty and neat my soft locks is. Period. That's the other side. Girl, that's a close-up of the crisscross.
Flip to the side.
And it's just a vibe, y'all. I love them. If y'all recreate them, definitely tag me. Again, I was inspired by Kyra off Instagram to do this hairstyle. And this is one of the ways I styled them. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And follow me on Instagram at Braids by Nicole Faith. Bye.